Hello friends, welcome to Teach Max videos. In my earlier lecture, I have stated about the different geological subdivisions and scope of geology, everything. Now we will start with basically the main component of unit number 1, that is interior of Earth. Fellow friends, Earth is divided into 3 distinctive parts. What it is made up of? It is made up of the outermost orbit, that is the crust. The inner part of crust is the mantle, and the most inner region of the Earth is called as core. If we go in detail of it, you will find the outer crust is a thin layer which is occurring as a solid material on the Earth. While if we go in detail of it, the crust is the outer layer which has a thickness of approximately in between 5 to 100 kilometer thick. They are divided into 2 types. One is oceanic and second one is continental. If you observe this picture, this is continental, while towards the right part of this model, it occurs that below the water zone is the oceanic crust. It has a small thickness ranging from 5 kilometer depth to about 25 kilometer depth. It varies in every region of the Earth. This is the scenario which shows you about the oceanic crust and the continental crust, and in between it is a live volcano which you can observe. The cursor which is moving through this picture, it is the live volcano, and near to it is the continental drifting, where the plates they move towards each other, and due to which there is frictional energy which creates the lava eruption. This is the mantle. It is again divided into two parts, the inner mantle and the outer mantle. If we observe the inner mantle or outer mantle, inner mantle to some extent it is little bit of in a liquid state. The outer mantle, it appears like a modeling clay, which is neither solidified nor it is directly in the liquid phase, but it is in the plastic molded form. It is also called as Sial, that is silica alumina rich, and Sima, that is silica magnesium rich. That is Sial is outer mantle, Sima is inner mantle. And the last internal region of this core of this Earth is called as core, which is again into 2 parts. The outer core, which appears to be a fluid media, it is molten state of all the elements in molten stage, while the inner core is a solid element aggregate. This is inner core, this is outer core. Which is made up of iron, 1/3 of the Earth mass, and this is very, very hot. The best example of it, if you assume a boiled egg. For understanding the Earth, boiled egg is the best example. When an egg is boiled of a hen, the outer part, it is purely solid, whereas below the solid part is the bulk. Here you can observe it. The outer part is solid, the inner part bulk. Just take a egg white region is called as mantle, and the yellow yolk is called as core. This is just to justify how the structure is being distinguished. There are 5 layers of this earth. It is lithosphere, rigid outer layer, that is crust. Asthenosphere, it is again solid rock that flows slowly into hot asphalt. Mesosphere, it is the middle part of the region of earth. The outer core, again it is a fluid media, liquid layer occurring, which has a temperature of near about 2500 degrees centigrade or 2700 degrees centigrade. Whereas the innermost core is solid, it is very dense, it is made up of all distinctive elements. If we look towards this outermost shell part of this egg, of this earth, it is the earth crust is broken into total 19 distinctive pieces, what we call it as continents. These plates move on the top of the asthenosphere. Remember, a molten material which has gone for plastic mold. On that plastic mold, this solid crust is been settling. Earth, it is not only rotating around the sun, it is rotating around itself also, because of which day and night occurs. Whereas when it rotates around the sun, a single rotation of sun is 365 degree. And 24 hours journey of this earth, day and night, is nothing but revolving around itself. A bottle filled of water, if it is rotating around itself, halfly placed water, if it is rotating around itself, the outermost part is crust, the innermost is the outer core. What will happen when it is rotating around itself? Definitely, fellow friends, definitely what it is going to do? The liquid will move in outward direction. As well as this bottle is going to rotate around the sun. That is the revolution of the sun around that 365 days. What is going to happen with it? The crust solid material, the 19 plates, continental plates which are floating on the mantle, what they are going to do? They will be colliding, collision will occur within them. And because of which there is drastical movement occurring in the earth crust. Remember, Mount Everest of India, the Himalayan ranges, every year it is increasing its height by 1 centimeter. This is the scientifically proven statement. Why it is occurring so? Basically, the Asian plate, it is a huge plate. It is somehow, it has been stabilized a little bit. Whereas the Indian plate is moving towards the Asian plate, and due to which there are folds which are taking place. Got it? The folds which are taking place, that is developing the height of the elevation of the Mount Everest. Here in this picture, it has been classified, the plates are being classified classically with Antarctica plate, Indian Australian plate, African plate, South African, Northern America, European, Pacific plate. These are the distinctive 19 plates which are nomenclated here. If we go in detail of the structure of Earth, this is a typical video which shows how the Earth is occurring. Here you can see the bluish tinge is the Earth, and its diameter is about 13,000 kilometers from North Pole to South Pole. Whereas the orange like tinge is called as the mantle, and the yellowish tinge is the outer core, and this is the inner core. This inner core has a width of 1200 kilometers with a, what I have stated in my initial stage, 2760 degree temperature. Outer core, that has been explained, 2300 kilometer is the wide thickness of it. It is molten stage, purely molten stage. On the other hand, the mantle, it is divided into Sial and Saima with a thickness of 2900 kilometer. The crust is divided into distinctive parts. Here you can observe the yellowish part is there. This is the asthenosphere. Yellowish part, what you see here, is the asthenosphere, which is directly in contact with the mantle. This asthenosphere forms to be near about something molten material. The total region is called as lithosphere. Here you can observe the crust, its dimensions have been defined with 20 to 60 miles or 30 to 100 kilometers of thickness. Japan, a continent, has a thickness of 5 to 8 kilometers of thick crust. Whereas in Maharashtra, if you assume, Maharashtra forms near about 65 to 50 kilometers thick crust part. It is a brittle rock. Why this variation has been occurred? This is because of plate movement. This is because of the mantle which has been reached to the surface. It goes on molding the originally formed rock. Why we should understand this everything internal structure of the earth? Basically, my fellow friends, the building material what we are considering, the foundation rock of our structure, whether it is a two-storied building or whether it is a dam or whether it is a high multi-storied building or it is a bridge, we need to understand the foundation rock. Hence, we have to understand the internal part of the earth first of all. In my next lecture, I will be discussing about the minerals which are being formed for the first time on this earth and then how it has been developed towards the rocks. There are number of minerals with varying temperature, with varying classification. Many geoscientists have applied different aspects of classification. We'll discuss in detail of it.